Guys, I have the best news ever. See how that dirt's on ice and tan? That means that dirt's dry enough to work. We're gonna do some freaking farming this weekend. I'm so excited. But first things first, we gotta get old Bessie here ready to rock and roll. Which means putting the duals on it and getting the weights put on it. Stay up there. I finished servicing it last weekend, but I took video of it, but it was jumpy like what it has been doing, and I didn't want to listen to everybody complaining about it, so I just didn't upload it. I don't know what the hell this camera's problem is. It's something about the lighting down here in the barn when it's just the lights, not outdoor light. Makes it do that, because this week I tried down at my apartment to replicate whatever the hell it was doing. And I mean, I stared right into the sunlight and then went into natural room light and shook my head back and forth real fast trying to get it to act all erratic like it had been doing. Couldn't get him to do it, so it's got to be something with the lights down here in the barn. I think the spring needs adjusted on that door. I'm so happy. I need to see about getting some hoses made. Sorry about that. I'd have never figured it'd dry it out this fast, but it's been sunny all week. It's been warming up every day. And to top it all off, there's been a pretty steady 3+ mile an hour breeze every day. So it's sucking the moisture out of the ground like it's going out of style, which is handy because I kind of wanted to work ground this weekend. So One of these days I'm going to make an actual dual changer so I don't got to do it this way anymore, but a little more. And also did something very, very bad today on the way home from school. I actually noticed it last spring. Coming home one day, there was or did I notice it going? I might have noticed it going back down. Either way, doesn't matter. Last spring I found in the right place at the right time. I found a guy down there was working ground. He was pulling a field cultivator with a 2655. It's like, huh, that's interesting. But I couldn't figure out which farm it belonged to. Well, earlier this fall, or this last fall, I was coming home and I just happened to be looking again in the right place at the right time, and I saw the tractor sitting at a farm. Like, oh, well, now I know where it's at. And then today, same thing, just have to be looking in the right place at the right time. And I saw him out chisel plowing with it. It's like, alright, well, that does it. So I turned around, went back, and decided to stand there and watch him for a minute. This is the fun part. So I stood there and watched him, and he stopped, and I shot the shit with him for a minute, but he was busy, and I didn't want to bug him too much. So I didn't really talk to him that long, but now that I know where it's at, I'm definitely gonna stay. Now that I know where it's at, I'm definitely gonna go back down there one weekend this summer when nobody's busy. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go back down there one weekend when nobody's busy and see if I can catch him at home and talk to him for a little bit. Because I am willing to bet that is probably the nicest original 2655 left in the country. And judging by all the Oliver equipment they still had sitting out in the old cow lot, there was either a 540 or a 543 planter. I couldn't get close enough to tell which one. There was a 4440 pull-type pipe plow. There was either a 546 or a 566 semi-mount plow. A 64 drill. And some other odds and ends sitting out there. Plus they have an Oliver 1855 and a white, looked like a workhorse series. He was too far away. Putting on anhydrous, he was too far away for me to get a good look at what that was. But judging by all the equipment they had around there, and judging by how good a condition that 2655 was in, I'd be willing to bet they bought that tractor brand new. And by a nice original, I mean it hadn't been repainted. It still had the original muffler on it. You could still read all the decals. And they had to have washed and waxed that thing every year since they bought it, and I could tell it wasn't a repaint because there was just a hint of rust starting to bleed through the white, which is a typical thing with the clover white paint they used. It just rust bleeded through it, and there was just a slight hint on all the white of that little bit of rust bleeding through. But the green, shine like it was brand new, other than the fact that it had dust on it because he was chisel plowing. But even through the dust sitting on the sheet metal, you could see the metal shining. I was like, oh my God. And he was pulling a 9-shank white 335 chisel plow, or 435 chisel plow. And he set that, or I talked to him for a minute, then he went back off, started working again. He set that plow down on the ground, and I bet that tractor was just over an idle. It didn't even care. He set that plow down on the ground, it hunkered down in the back tires a little bit. He gunned the throttle, it rolled a little bit of black smoke, and just off he went, exhaust clean as a whistle. It didn't even care that 9 shanks was back there. Long story short, that made me want a 2655 even more, and oh, that thing sounded so good. If a tractor sound could be sexy, oh man. Alrighty, step 1 complete. Trying to get the dual put on the 1800 Sunday morning. Provided that hay filler turned under dry enough to disc. Take the 18 and the 16 over there, and should be able to knock that out pretty quick with Dad and I both running. I think I'm going to do any ripping this weekend, so I want to let it dry out over this next week a little bit more. But I'm planning on chisel plowing tomorrow because I got 2 fields need to get done yet. Now, I don't know if I can fit without moving everything. Ooh, that's tight. We got this. Almost like I know what I'm doing. And yes, this will fit through that door with the duals on it. Only clears by about 2 inches on either side, but it fits. So close only counts, and horseshoes and hand grenades. I gotta remember. We got, I can't remember if it's 2 or 4 of these weights aren't the same. They got a bit of casting on them somewhere. If I find them, you'll see what I mean. But I'm going to those. Okay, yeah. And also got them marked because of the way this is welded, we had to grind a little bit on two weights to get them to fit here, and I got them marked left, right, so I know which one's which. But that doesn't matter the way I'm putting them on right now. But this thing really needed more weight pulling that chisel plow last fall, and I don't know why I didn't think of it, and Dad didn't think of it till after I was done chiseling. But I got this handy dandy weight bracket I built for pulling that hooks on the center link bracket, and with that Glencoe I don't need the 3-point, so why not just put my pulling bracket on there? And oh, sounds like that guy's here for his hoses. Man, keep getting interrupted. Where was I? Oh yeah, center link bracket, weight bracket. That thing will let me hang like another 1,000 pounds back here, which ought to definitely plant the ass to the ground. So I'm gonna throw that on here and see what happens. But the reason I need to find those those weights that don't are different is because they won't fit that back bracket, because they look the exact same, except for back here they put a longer nub on it for some reason. And I don't know if that makes them newer or older. I'm assuming it probably makes them newer. Now the only bad part about this back bracket is I got to take that off, which is a little inconvenient, but the original intent was for tractor pulling, not field work, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Still ain't that big of a deal, but I'm actually kind of surprised I'm still awake and doing this good, because we had a party down at school last night, and I didn't go to bed till 2:30, and then I got back up at 6:30, so I think I'm doing pretty good right now. Probably because it's down there, I wouldn't even really call it a party, not by college standards anyway. We have the apartment I'm in down there has put in fire pits, and I mean, you get a bunch of good old boys in a fire pit, we're gonna have a fire. And so we had some friends over last night. We were basically just sitting around drinking, and they got a cornhole court down there, so we probably played 6 or 7 games of cornhole and everything. And naturally, since we're all farm boys, we were all hyped up over the fact that everybody was going home to do something, or everybody wasn't necessarily going home, but everybody was doing something regarding farming this weekend, and we were all just, yeah. And I mean, that gets you adrenaline. You get that many guys that excited about going and farming, that gets the adrenaline flowing right there. That's the one thing I'm gonna miss. About the only thing I'm gonna miss about college is hanging out with them guys all the time. Cause man, we have some good times down there. Other way. Damn it. When in doubt, build it stout. The only problem is stout always means heavy. And heavy's a pain in the ass. Lighten it up just a little bit here. Not that that helps a whole hell of a lot. Oh, go in the damn hole. Where is the hole? There's the hole. Damn, that thing's heavy. I mean, it's not so much as heavy as much as it is, it's awkward. And what the hell, Bobby? There we go. Get in there. And damn it, wrong hole. Alright, I got the bracket figured out. Can't believe I did that. I don't think, I don't know if I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, where's the rest of them? I know I stuck them somewhere, I think I put them in there somewhere, but I think I'm only going to put 8 on there, which is going to be 880 pounds. Still a big difference. That's 4 sets of wheel weights, or 3 sets of wheel weights. Yes, I don't know why I was counting them. I don't even need any of those for the back, because that piece of angle iron holds these things down. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see? These weights have got this big thick compared to this, which is just probably whatever the width of my finger is, and this is probably a good 2 inches. So these don't fit that back bracket. They'll hang on it, but because this is so much thicker back here, that angle won't go over it. Alrighty. Well, she's all dooled up, weighted down, so guess the last thing I'm gonna do is back it over, get it fueled up, and she'll be ready to rock and roll tomorrow afternoon. So I guess we'll call this one the calm before a storm, and we'll catch you guys on the next one, hopefully from the seat of a tractor.